shoots or shows in the area, I will stay at my sister's house, which is pretty close by in Fox Point, and I've just cherished this. I will come here and do my studying and read magazines and have a wonderful time.
Come on in.
So.
Oh, hi.
Hello,
Thanks for coming. So good to see you. Anyways, getting back to Mitch, I met him, I came in here, and I was so happy the way I was received. I just said, we wrote a novel and we'd like to give a seminar about Celtic mythology. And he said, sounds good. Well, that's great. That's the kind of guy that's wonderful. So anyways, then he gave me a couple of dates, and one of them was tonight, which is November 1st. And what I thought we have to do it that night, just because this day has so much mythology and meaning for so many different cultures and so many different people, that I thought it would be a really good day to get everybody together. So I'll talk first about what today is in the Celtic mythology, and then we're going to go into some other areas, and then we're going to talk about Celtic mythology again, and then we'll do a reading. So it should be a fun. If you have any questions while we're doing it, please ask.
And we have some printouts for you too.
Yeah, we have lots of handouts for you if you're interested. In Celtic mythology, and this is the pronunciation that Rick gave me, it's called Samhain. And it's not spelled that way at all, but it's called Samhain. And it's a Gaelic festival marking the end of the harvest season, November 1st. And it's the beginning of winter, and it's the start of the darker half of the year. And it's a celebration, and it's a time, and I'm kind of into things like that, where the veil between the worlds is a little thinner, that perhaps it might be a good time for you to maybe get a message from another world or from a loved one who's passed. So it's just a special time when the spirits are maybe closer to you. So that is something with that. And it's a ritual back in the day. It was a celebration, November 1st, and often entire villages would do a lot of things with fires. And this day they were allowed to start their fire with the king druid's fire and then make their own fire. So that was kind of a neat thing. And these are just a few things about the Samhain. It's called the Cross-Quarter Festival, and it's the counterbalance to Beltane, which maybe some of you have heard of. That's the May 1st celebration. And it's the final harvest. Berries, nuts are gathered. And again, it's getting prepared as the days shorten and darkness takes over. And it's an ideal time to communicate with the world of spirits and to divine and to prophesize. According to the Celtic belief, people actually, they believe they don't die, but they move on elsewhere. And this is a time where you could visit perhaps fairy folk and maybe get into some mischief. And another thing about this time of year, the Celtic calendar, the new year doesn't start until December 21st, which is the winter solstice. So they consider this time to be kind of a freebie, like a time, which is kind of a nice thought, like a time to reflect upon what you've done already this year, and then to think, maybe there's some things I could do better, but you don't have to. But not so much pressure. It's not so much pressure. Exactly. So now I think Lori's going to talk about some other, other groups that have this as a special day.
Well, it's interesting hearing you talk about that, how a lot of it